welcome to Noni, Yanga's flagship talk show where we discuss all the hot topics. In today's show, we'll be reviewing all of the stories that have made headlines this week here in Africa and in the States. My co-hosts for today are broadcaster Funmi Ogunja, editor-in-chief of Glam Africa magazine, Afia Adom, and joining us later on the show, our new US correspondent, Angela Yvonne via Skype. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Too much gist.
I'm telling you.
This week, it was announced that the former First Lady Michelle Obama is set to visit London following the release of her highly anticipated memoir, Becoming. Nigerian author Chimamanda Adichie will be moderating the prestigious event at the South Bank Centre on December 3rd. The highly sought-after tickets go on sale this week, and I want one. And the official nominees for this year's Nigerian-based Her Network Women of the Year has been revealed. The award ceremony recognises the women changing the narrative through exceptional work in their field. And of course, there's a hashtag FraudBay. There's no time to get into that. Black Twitter went crazy this week after Angel Exford revealed how her ex-boyfriend, Michael Fashionfield, stole her bank details to pay for luxury gifts and a romantic getaway for his actual girlfriend. FraudBay.
Honestly.
Let's just forget FraudBay because there's
too much.
There's too much to discuss. But
Athea,
can I start with you, please?
You
because how comes I didn't get an invite to the palace? I was like, what? Forget Prince Charles and Camilla. I saw Edward Enninful, Lifubi, Patricia Bright, Afia Adom.
They were all there. It was such a lovely, lovely afternoon. And it was one of the things, you get the invitation and you have to kind of keep
arrive?
On a DL.
On coach horse.
A carriage came and a dove placed it in my hand. It was lovely. It was really, and it was the day after my birthday.
You looked amazing.
Thank you
looked,
so
honestly.
much. And it was such a beautiful event. There was lots of champagne and canapes.
And what was it for?
It was to celebrate Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles' visit to the Gambia, Ghana and Nigeria, where they've been this past week. Wow. So it was kind of like a preemptive, this is where we're going, let's meet all the movers and shakers here before we go. And it was lovely, and we got to meet them, talk to them, and of course talk to everybody else.
What about selfies? I didn't see any selfies.
Well, you weren't actually allowed to take any.
Oh,
so they were very strict on the old mobile phones, and they were like, no, but at the end, when they didn't actually, they said they would, but they didn't. But while Charles and Camilla there was all eyes everywhere, and you were very conscious to keep your phone away. But when they'd left the room and everyone was still kind of milling around, then we, brought the phones out, took the selfies. It was lovely.
It was lovely, a great event. I've got to talk about this other story with you, which is worse. Grenfell. This bonfire thing, like what the...
Honestly, it's so where we are now, and this, it's a moving story, so it's always changing. So there was 5 men arrested between the ages of 18 and 55 in South London from a wide range of addresses, but they've searched one particular property this week, and so they have been charged with a public order.
And what did they actually do?
So what they did is they made an effigy of Grenfell, and they had like a person. It's so
black
disgusting.
And brown stick figures.
Yep. In the buildings, and burned it on a bonfire with an English flag. It's just, the mind boggles. Why would you, I can't even finish my sentences. Why would you do that? Why do you think it's amusing? And they were laughing in the video. And I can't imagine how hurtful it must be.
Even fireworks in general. I do remember, just to hear them for the victims.
And in that area, and let's remember, you've got 170 odd, probably more families that 17 months later have still not been rehoused since the Grenfell tragedy. And this is like another massive slap in the face. This is absolutely what they don't need. Now, a lot of people have been saying they didn't actually commit a crime. They have been arrested under a public order offence. They may not
They've been released, haven't they?
And they have been released, but as I said, it's a moving story, so that can change. But I think in cases like this, there's a moral stance that you have to take, and this is the opportunity to do it, and they should be made an example of, because what happened in Grenfell was disgusting on so many levels. It's
an awful story, and one that, as you said, is going to run and run and run. Let's talk about some good news, because we were speaking off camera. We know we're getting our VIP tickets, aren't we?
We are.
For me sorting us
out.
out. One day, Cole, I don't believe it's true that this is his debut concert, not in London, in life, ever.
That shocks me.
And he's been in this game for over 10 years. He has, if not, he has the most Afrobeat
Nobody be
hits.
like one day.
Like, so it's a big deal for him. It's a big deal for Afrobeats in general because this year we've seen so many Afrobeat artists take the big stage. Wizkid did the actual big, huge,
biggest
O2 Arena. Tiwa Savage recently did the Indigo as well. So we're seeing a lot of artists get their time to shine.
What is all this about Black China? Black China coming to Nigeria, like OMG.
So everyone's got something to say about this. But first of all, let's just, every year we get celebrities, especially around
Who
Christmas
did
time.
we have? We had that Bernice Burgos before.
We had Bernice Burgos, we've had Ciara, Kelly Rowland, Naomi Campbell, who's in Nigeria right now. So
yes.
it's that's not what people are going crazy for. It's how much she's being paid.
Oh, okay.
10 million naira.
No.
How much is
Let's
that in
calculate. It's calculated for me.
I
Najabi.
We're talking 40,000 to 50,000 pounds.
Okay.
For what though?
Okay.
She's gonna host a pool party for 2 hours.
I mean,
Oh my
I'll do it for
gosh.
half that.
Oh my. But she is a big name. The thing is, I don't hate Black China. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily like what she does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an advocate for like sleeping from one man to another
Yeah,
man, one
yeah.
man to another man,
Yeah.
collecting checks. But she is a successful businesswoman.
entertainment.
I
She's
just don't get
entertainment
it.
for me.
I
Really?
mean, what's no offense, but Black China, what's the point of you exactly? Like, no, but what does she do?
Yeah.
I mean,
what's your
just
job?
Lip gloss, waist trainers, hairline, a clothing line.
She's got a Kardashian baby.
That's it.
She's
And once you've got a Kardashian
scandalous,
baby, you
the
can
fake body, the
do
hair. I
anything.
mean, it's just entertainment value.
Guys, can we talk about Idris Elba?
Yes,
Sexiest
please.
man alive.
Sexiest man
When I
alive.
saw the picture on his Instagram, I was like, oh, was that 10 years ago? I wasn't impressed.
No,
That's
the
what I
thing
was
is,
saying.
for me,
I'm
your
not an
issues
Idris
are
Elba
different,
fan,
which
sorry.
we won't get into. Sexiest man alive voted by People magazine. Now, who's disagreeing with this? I'm confused.
I'm disagreeing.
But for me, you're disagreeing for different reasons. So we're not going to go there right now.
She just said
And
don't
I'm-
say nothing,
And I'm
so we
sorry
won't-
about
we
it.
won't say
It's
nothing.
okay. But, how can, he's got to be at least in your top 10,
Yeah,
Juliana.
he kind of is in my top 10, but sometimes I find you've got to be very careful because when Hollywood put you out there too much,
Yeah.
they're waiting to take you down.
true.
So I'm
That's
just,
true.
sometimes I'm a bit scared about what they're doing with Idris Elba, but congratulations, Idris Elba, the sexiest man alive.
Yeah,
according
and he
to
said his
People.
mum would be proud,
Yeah.
and then he brought in his fiance.
Say.
I'm getting a bit annoyed. I mean,
Yeah, what is it with the fiance?
every 10
Every
minutes I
time
have a
he gets-
fiance, and
yeah,
it's like, Idris,
get it.
I know that you didn't pick me. I understand how this went. It's painful. Can you stop reminding me that it's
I know.
not me?
And you know she
marrying?
weren't happy about that, boy.
Yeah.
You know she saw that and was like, does it have to be
Excuse
when
me?
I'm engaged to you?
advertise my
It
man.
should be next year. But listen, still to come, we continue to look at more trending stories and we'll be joined by Angela Yvonne via Skype for all the latest news stateside. See you after the break. Welcome back to Nonny. Now let's get straight back to the gist. Guys, we've got to talk about Tiwa. Let's
do.
start with the positive.
Yeah.
She won
An
the
EMA.
I think it's bigger than that. She's had an amazing year.
Oh,
She
okay.
has had an amazing year. Come on.
Tiwa fan club.
She's had an amazing year. And I think the EMA was just the icing on the cake for her. Like, she's released some big tunes this year.
What tunes? No shade. What are
There
the
was-
tunes for me?
What? He was
Malo
five.
with Wizkid.
Okay.
Lover
Malo.
Lover with
Yeah.
Duncan Mighty.
Yeah.
Should I go on?
Yes. No, I'm joking. No, there's no shade. I love Tiwa. Tiwa, I love
and,
you.
And of course, she did her show Bank Holiday Weekend
She did
at the Indigo with Don Jazzy and everybody else who came on as well. So she has had a great year, and it's great for her to be recognised outside Africa like that. Like
Yes.
the EMAs is a huge
It was dominated
deal.
by, it was Davido Wiz. Davido Wiz.
course,
So the fact that
And
she's up there
black, you know, Afrobeats artists, female Afrobeats artists. I'm really glad that she did that. So congratulations to her.
I
Fever
mean,
video.
she's
Are we
opened-
going there?
Yeah.
About
It's
Tiwa
not-
fan club was
It's-
ready.
It's 9:30 in the morning. Can we talk about the Fever
Can we
video?
talk?
First of all, are they together? Are they not together? I mean, let's
Do we
talk
care?
about
Why do
the
we care?
chemistry in the video.
There's no chemistry.
What?
I I think that chemistry was real.
Really?
There's undeniable chemistry in that video. That's not
it
forced or
felt
faked.
weird to me.
She's been backlash. There was
Yeah,
backlash.
there
The
was.
reason
Of
why there was
course.
backlash is because Tiwa is an older woman.
Yeah.
Tiwa is married.
Tiwa has a child.
Tiwa has a child. The T-Bills, who she's still married to, they're separated. We don't even know because she came out with the video. Tiwa did this herself. She came out, sat on a sofa and said, these are all the issues that we've had.
Yep.
Then we saw them photographed together, but she never spoke about whether they were together or not.
That's
and we
true.
presume now they're not. T-Bills went on the record and said, Wizkid would never do that to me. He's my boy. He's like a younger brother. And the next minute, they're releasing this video where they're all over each other. And people are kind of like, Tiwa, have some self-respect.
But even before the video, the rumours about the two of them, are they together? Are they not? Have been going
They
for
had been
6
seen
months or
behind
what?
the scenes,
Yes,
kissing,
exactly.
hugging,
At the end of the
loving.
day,
of it.
at the end of the day, whether she's married or not, we don't know the facts.
No, we
And
don't.
And we don't even know if
We
her-
only know what she told us.
We only know-
Exactly.
And she went deep.
Exactly, and we only know what she puts out there.
Exactly,
Yes,
and what
her
he
and
puts
Wizkid
out
are
there.
parading around, but they have not said we are a couple. So for us to just judge and be like, she's
But-
still married, she's
but
still
the-
this, but
But the thing
But
is,
it's- yeah.
first of all, they both know who they are, right? So they know that whatever they do,
Yeah,
people
it's
are
a
going to
pe-
be
yeah,
watching it.
exactly.
And second of all, you know what Nigerian, Ghanaian bloggers are like. We will make up stories where there isn't any. Say we, I'm not including myself. However, but this is the thing is, either address it or don't address
okay,
it.
so
Do you know
here's
what I
my
mean?
thing. Here's my thing. We have more scandalous couples in America, and we don't bat an eyelid. We have Black China who had a baby for her sister's friend, blah blah blah,
yeah,
and we
that's
don't bat an
true,
eyelid.
yeah.
So
That's
what
true.
is the big deal here?
I think it's, if you're going to be honest, go all the way.
Yes.
I think she probably realizes it was a mistake to do that outrageous interview. And let's be
Yeah.
honest, she actually showed, sorry guys, she actually showed her on the hospital
Yeah,
bed
it was
having a
explicit.
miscarriage.
It was.
It was obviously reactionary. That's fine. But then
definitely.
keep telling us you can't have your cake and eat it. If you're
Yeah.
somebody like Beyonce, you keep yourself private. If you're like the Kardashians, you tell us all. Now she went down that road. She deserves to tell her fans, I'm with Wiz, I'm not. We asked her, we had a
That's
Yango
true.
exclusive interview. We said, are you with Wizkid? She looked me straight in the eye and she said no, as if butter wouldn't melt. Who knew that this video was in the
But the
makings?
video doesn't mean that they're together.
it doesn't.
Okay, but look at Naomi Campbell and Skepta. They never said they were together. They did one GQ shot and everyone was like, oh
And
my God.
Exactly. Like we were talking about it for months. Same way we're talking about with Wiz and Tiwa. If this is the reason they did it, we're talking about them.
Okay, before we go stateside, let me bring it back to the UK.
Yes.
Talk to us about Lenny Henry and this tax boost. Are we going to benefit from it? Honestly.
So Lenny Henry delivered a letter to 10 Downing Street yesterday, who's basically asking for tax breaks so more women and people of colour and disabled people can work more behind the scenes when it comes to television. Now we've
It's
talked-
as white as snow, by the way.
Exactly, behind the scenes and front anyway. So this is about boosting diversity behind the camera. Now
Okay.
we've talked about like
We have.
affirmative action and quotas and things like that. I think it's all very well to get, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tamda Newton, Jodie Whittaker, all these people to sign this petition and take it to 10 Downing Street. But at this time, are they going to do anything about
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Probably not.
What do you think about diversity in the UK media?
I don't think there's enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it
Absolutely
hasn't
not.
been enough for, a while. And,
We're doing our own thing now, aren't we?
Well,
Look at
that's
Nolly,
it.
look at your
Yeah.
breakfast show. You're streaming live at One Day
Yeah,
Cole. We're
yeah.
kind of saying, well, okay, if you don't want us, I'll
We'll
go
do
where
it
I'm
ourselves.
wanted.
And the thing is, it's. I think we've maybe gone past the point of give us a seat at the table. Listen, I'm gonna bring my own table, my own
Yeah.
chairs, and I've got my own seat at the head. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Joining us now via Skype is our American correspondent, Angela Yvonne, with some of the trending topics from across the pond. Angela!
Hi, Juliana. How are you?
I'm good. Do you know what? I feel so bad that on your first segment with us, your first time on the show, we've got to talk about an awful story, which is Angela Simmons. Her
Yes.
ex-fiance and her baby father was shot dead. This is just awful. Tell us about the story.
Well, first of all, we need to offer condolences to Angela because has to be like the worst time ever. This past weekend, her fiance, Sutton Tennyson, was found murdered in his Atlanta home. He is the father of her 2-year-old. We really don't know much about what happened. all this being said is that he got into an argument which led to his death. We don't really know that much about their relationship because they kept it really secretive.
They did, didn't they, Angela? Because I remember, when everybody was surprised because we didn't know much about him. And I've got to say, the rumours were that he was, he had a criminal past. There have been about 4 or 5 mugshots of him that has been circulated on the internet. So people were surprised because she was a virgin. And anybody that knows the Simmons family, they were kind of the ideal children, right?
Right. Well, yes, she was supposedly a virgin when she got with him. I mean, because it went from 2015, I'm not doing anything, to here's Sutton, and then...
And I'm pregnant.
Then April 2016, they're engaged. The baby gets here December 2016, and they're completely finished in 2017.
But it's an awful story, and yes, we do send our condolences. Let's talk about a happier story. I'm not really team #Kenya Moore, but she's had a baby and she's in her late 40s. Congratulations to her. How has that been going stateside? Because, of course, Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I love, by the way, we all love, is back on air. So she's kind of outshined and outswerved the premiere, right?
Yes, she twirled right on out of there. But yes, congratulations is in order for Kenya. She's been wanting this for so long. She recently got married. She dropped this baby, and she had to deliver the baby early because she was diagnosed with preeclampsia, which is a high-pressure disease that occurs with some pregnancies. But yes, the baby is named Brooklyn Doris Daly. She is absolutely, I know that she's absolutely gorgeous because her parents are absolutely gorgeous. She was named after Brooklyn, which is the city that they met in New York. And Doris is the name of her grandmother who helped raise her.
It's such a lovely story. Let me bring it back into the studio, because if you talk about Kenya Moore, some people say, until I see the baby, there ain't no baby.
Wow,
because people, I don't know why, there's so many stories about her lying, but it's nice. 47, isn't she?
It gives us hope, though, right?
It gives
But
us
was that
hope.
naturally done?
I'm not sure. Was it natural, Angela?
They have found pictures of her going overseas, like a lot of women do, to deal with IVF.
Oh, wow.
It's not as costly as it would be over here, but they have pictures of her going over there. And of course, 47 is late in age to have a baby. But the universe, God, medicine,
We say God. We say God.
and medicine help us achieve all of our dreams. So I'm just so happy. Congratulations to her. She's not on the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, but Kandi Burruss is saying that possibly she will be back at season 12.
Do you think that was a big miss for them? Do you think they've missed out? Because, again, somebody like me, I was Team Portia, not Team Kenya. Don't condone violence, but boy, I was. But do you think that they've thought, actually, this was really silly because she's got a whole new life now and they're looking for those ratings?
Yes, I think it was silly, but a lot of it had to do with that her husband didn't want to be on a reality show. And, with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they want to know all the tea. So because he didn't want to tell the tea, they didn't let him serve it. So
You're absolutely right. Let me quickly ask you before we wrap the program, Future. Hey, Ciara's baby father. Apparently, he has impregnated Bow Wow's ex.
yes.
Tell me about this messy story.
Okay, the messy story is that, first of all, we didn't even know that Future and Joy had something going on.
There were rumors.
We thought he was dating Blac Chyna. So she became pregnant.
He did date
They
Blac Chyna.
broke up. He decided to go back with his first baby mother, Brittany, and now they were seen at the gender reveal party this past week, and they're having a boy, which makes number 5 for Future. But the shady part of it is that Joy is Bow Wow, aka Shad's Moss, baby mother.
Oh my gosh.
And then Future also has a kid with Ciara. Ciara used to date.
Oh my goodness,
I see.
That's gross.
So,
Do you know, I see the triangle. And he dated Blac Chyna, who's also got 2 celebrity male baby fathers. We thought the juice was sweet in Nigeria and Ghana, but damn, you guys stateside, you do know how to wrap things up. What do you think of Ciara and how she's changed since leaving Future?
First of all, that's not a triangle, that's an octagon, because that's messy.
I know.
It's too messy.
Listen, Ciara, in her own words, has leveled up big time.
She has.
I don't
Big
believe it.
time.
Sorry.
Oh,
I feel like it's corny.
why?
I feel like it's PR.
Is that, his name's Russell Wilson, isn't it? Oh, Angela, what do you think? Because I got to agree with Fumi. I'm worried.
I don't.
Remember Sil and Heidi Klum, how perfect they were
Yeah,
until they announced
true.
the divorce? And there's something about this relationship that scares me.
Yeah.
Very quickly,
Too
Angela.
perfect.
Very quickly.
well, I personally feel that there is real love with Ciara and Russell.
agree.
Whenever you see them together, she's always at all the games. She somewhat put her career on the back burner to be, that ultimate
really have a
football
career
superstar wife. But I'm anxious to see how Bow Wow is faring out, because how would you feel? I would feel like it was an attack. You my baby mothers, you had 2 sons because they're having a son.
Wow. Do you know
So-
what? Angela, girl,
Yeah.
you really gave us the tea. And we were just saying that apartment, next time we get a work trip to New York, we know where we're staying. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
stay with me
speaking to me.
anytime.
Afia, for me, this has been great.
It has.
This
So
is
much fun.
this is
It
a
has.
team. This is a sisterhood.
Yeah. I'm
telling
I
you.
can't wait for the gist and the gossip next week.
Honestly.
That's it from me, Juliana Olayinka, and my fantastic co-hosts, Fumi Ogunja, Afia Adom, and Angela Yvonne. Join me next time for more Noni Chat, guys. Goodbye.